Good morning. Happy Friday. Welcome to Sports Performance with a little bit of mindset reset at the end. Jazzy, I'm not a health fitness specialist anymore. That just like rolls off the tongue so much. Program manager, and I'm here for fun class today. We are starting phase 3. So we're going to have 4 new workouts for each day of sports performance. So today is going to be our lateral movement day. And then we're going to be working for 40 seconds, and then we're going to like rest transition for 20 seconds. And then we have 3 rounds of that. So that is going to be what we're going to be doing today. In terms of equipment, oh, I forgot it. I have to go grab it real quick. If you have a mini band, grab one. If not, that's totally okay. You don't have to have one, but it will give us a little bit extra resistance. But I'm not going to grab mine, I guess. So I'll just show you what to do with it when we come there. So starting off with our demos here, we're going to start off here with lateral lunges, but we're going to be moving through them. So normally with our side lunges or lateral lunges, we're usually coming out to the side and then stepping back. I almost ran into the wall. For this one, we want to start all the way on one side. We're going to step over, and then we're going to stand up, dragging this leg, and then over again, and then back the way we came. So we're going to be moving through it. So it's going to be a little bit different while we are using that leg to like pull ourselves up. It's definitely going to feel a little bit different. So that's the first thing. And then after that, what we're going to do, and this is where if you have a mini band, grab, I guess I'll go grab mine real quick. Left it in here. So what happens when it's Friday? I can't ever remember anything. Actually, let's be real. That's not a Friday thing. That's an everyday thing. So if you have a mini band, go ahead and grab that. We're going to put that mini band right over on above, right above the knee here. And we're going to do side steps here. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a slight bend in the knee. So from this angle, slight bend in the knee, hips slightly back. And we're going to keep our feet under us, under our hips. We're going to take a baby step out and then back. So it's nice baby steps here. We're barely moving, just moving the legs and then coming back the other way. So we really want to make sure, like as we step out, we're using our glutes here. So driving that knee out. So we don't want our ankles in front of the knee. We want our knee to be right above the ankles, really engaging those glutes. So that's the second thing. And then after that, we can go ahead and get rid of the mini band. We're going to do some shuffles side to side. So having, again, that slight bend in the knees here. So butt back, back flat. And then we're going to take a few steps, shuffling this way and then back the other way. So that one, going to feel it in the quads for sure. So we're going to go back and forth. And then after that, we're going to go ahead and do lateral hops. So I know we've done like lateral bounds before, which is like from one foot to the other. And if that is more, Joan, I know you're not a jumper. So if you need to do more of a one-legged, definitely do that. But this one, we're going to do 2 legs. So we're going to squat down, load through the glutes. So the theme for today is slight bend in the knee, butt back. We're going to jump and land nice and soft with both our feet. So don't have to jump too far. We just want to push off, land nice and soft. So that's going to be the 4th thing. And then finally, our last movement. Have to throw some upper body in here for us, even though I'm not a fan. Just kidding. I like working shoulders, but my arms are not feeling so hot, as you know, because I said it a lot of times yesterday. We're going to do plank rolls here. So we're going to start on our elbows in a plank. We're going to open up with one arm, back down, open up with the other arm and back down. So from this angle, making sure we're keeping our butt down, opening up, gazing past the thumb, back, and then rolling to the other side. So that is going to be our workout for the day. And then as always, after that, we will get into that mindset reset. So ready to get started with our warm-up. So let's go ahead. We're going to make our way onto the ground. We're going to go half kneeling here. We're going to do some hip flexor to hamstring, get our quads stretched out. So my right knee on the ground, left foot on the ground. We're going to tuck the pelvis, squeeze the glutes, and we're start to push those hips ever so slightly forward. Breathing into the belly, nice big deep breath. And we're gonna exhale, rock back, toes to the ceiling, into that hamstring stretch. Breathe into that tightness. And we're gonna go ahead, exhale, rock back to hip flexor. So squeeze that glute, push the hips a little bit further forward this time. And we're gonna exhale, rock back into our hip flexor, or sorry, hamstring stretch. It's Friday. You know it's Friday when I'm really messing up my words. All right, we're gonna exhale, go ahead and come out of that. We're gonna switch over to the other leg. So half kneeling, left knee on the ground, right foot on the ground. That's right, yep. And we're gonna tuck the pelvis, squeeze the glute, push the hips forward, opening up the front of our hip here. Nice big deep belly breaths. We're gonna exhale, rock back into our hamstring stretch. Breathing into the tightness, toes to the ceiling. And we're gonna exhale back to hip flexor. So pushing the hips a little bit further forward this time, really keeping that glute squeezed, keeping our pelvis tucked. And we're gonna exhale, rock back, toes to the ceiling, into that hamstring stretch. Nice job, everyone. We're gonna do one more deep breath. And we can exhale and come out of that. And then lastly here, we're gonna go ahead, actually, we're gonna stand on up. And we're just gonna do some lateral squats, getting our side to side movement warmed up, warm up our hips a little bit. So we're gonna stand nice and wide. And we're going to do 3 on each side. So squatting down on one side, keeping that other leg nice and straight. Push the ground away, and then over to the other side. And back to that first side, really getting those hips back. Try and get a little lower into the squat with each time. And last one each side. Go in the deepest into the squat there. And last one. And I think we are ready to rock and roll. So, Dan, just to let you know, if you have a mini band like this, go ahead and grab that. You probably can't see it. If you have a mini band, go ahead and grab that. If not, it's totally okay. You don't necessarily need it, but it will add a little bit of resistance for one of our movements here. All right, so we're starting off with our moving lateral lunges. We have 40 seconds of work. Getting the timer going here in 3, 2, 1, and go. So starting all the way on one side, we're going to step out into that lateral lunge and then move that straight leg back to the leg that we were using. So stepping out, knee past the second toe, push the ground away, really feeling that in the glutes, keeping that core nice and tight and the chest up. So really making sure that we are keeping our shoulder blades pulled down and back and making sure that our glutes are coming back, but our chest is staying over the arch of that leg that we are using. 3, 2, 1. All right, next up, we have our mini band side step. So if you have a mini band, grab that. We're gonna place it right over the knee. But if we don't have a mini band, that's okay. We can do it without it, but this will add just a little bit of resistance. 3, 2, 1. So I have slight bend in the knee, butt is slightly back. We're gonna take baby steps. So when we step out, we're going slightly out, but when we come back to that center position, both of our feet are under the hips. So it's ever so slightly keeping the knee directly above the ankle. We don't want to step out and have our knee in the ankle. We want to push that out, activate those glutes there. If you don't have a mini band, you can always throw your hands up, add a little challenge to it. It's going to work your shoulders a little bit too. Or if you have a mini band, you want it to be a little bit harder. 3, 2, 1. All right, nice job. That one definitely always gets my glutes going. All right, next up we have lateral shuffles. So we're gonna shuffle back and forth, side to side, on both directions, having a slight bend in the knee. 3, 2, 1. So we're staying We don't have to get super low, but we want those knees to be bent. So I'll move this way real quick. So the knees are bent, hips are back. We're taking baby steps, shuffling each way. If you want to get your hands out to the side, we can pretend like we're playing basketball or on defense. You can even get lower, make it a little bit harder for you. Oops. But it's gonna really get those legs working. And again, working on lateral movement is great. Not only obviously for athletic performance, like I just said for basketball, it's great, even for softball or baseball and football, for all sports really, but it's also good just for everyday life. 3, 2, 1. Because we don't really move side to side during the day. It's a lot of sitting at the computer, but also moving front to back. All right, next up, we have lateral hops. And for this, we're gonna take both of our feet and we're gonna hop side to side. 3, 2, 1. So both feet together, you're gonna gather yourself, hop, land nice and soft. So we're landing nice and soft, whole foot on the ground. And if this jumping is just not feeling good for you, we can go from one leg, stepping over to the other leg. So we can do a lateral bound if that feels better. Actually, kind of feels better for me right now. Or we can do 2 feet together, jump, land. This one kind of reminds me a little bit more of a ski than the single leg ones. So maybe we're getting ready. Preview to our Winter Warrior program. 3, 2, 1. All right. Last up here, we have our plank rolls. So we're going to start in an elbow plank, or you can do it on your hands, actually, really whatever is more comfortable, but we're going to be rotating, opening up into a side plank, back to regular. 3, 2, 1. So on our elbows and toes, rotating, opening up, watching our hand rotate. So gazing towards the ceiling, keeping those hips up. Keep breathing through it. Feeling great. Keep that core engaged. Act like someone's about to punch you in the stomach. Hopefully that imagery is more useful than the crushing the apple. 3, 2, 1. All right. Round 1 is done. We got 2 more to go, and then we'll get into our mindset reset. Actually, we might not have 2 more. All right, starting off with our lateral lunges, moving. 3, 2, 1. So starting on one side, stepping out, bringing our straight leg back. This is definitely a different way of doing them. I actually like this a lot better because you're not, I feel like there's less pressure on that working leg, but also it's more like a squat, I feel like, than the other kind. So you heard it here first. This is the only kind of lunges we're doing from now on. Great job. Hit a few more in. 3, 2, 1. All right. Next up, we got our side steps with the mini band. Let's go ahead and get that mini band situated. I should have made all these ones themed too, but I feel like that was too hard. 3, 2, 1. So slight bend in the knees, hips going back, baby steps. We want to be like ducks on water. So our shoulders are not moving, just the legs. Great job. Baby steps. Again, keeping that knee right above the ankle. We also want to make sure we're not dipping. We don't want to use our upper body. We just want to use the leg. So knee driving out, which is going to keep those glutes activated. 3, 2, 1. All right. Getting rid of the mini band here. We have lateral shuffles coming up next. So we're going to shuffle side to side like we are playing defense. 3, 2, 1. All right, staying as low as we can as we move side to side. They don't necessarily have to be quick shuffles. We do want to push, keeping on our toes here, pushing off the inside part of our foot as we move to that direction. So right now, going to the left, I'm pushing off the inside of my right foot, and then going to the right, pushing off the inside of my left foot. That's going to really help. The more we push off through the ground, so using that ground as our touch point is going to help us really activate those glutes, keep those legs engaged, build some strength, get that side to side performance going. 3, 2, 1. All right, next up we have our lateral hops or bound, whatever is more comfortable and feels good for you today. Oh, I feel like I'm out of breath after that. This is like actually kind of a cardio day. Think about it. 3, 2, 1. So both feet together. Get those glutes back. So go from this direction. So we're loading, keeping everything tight. Jump, land nice and soft, and then jump again. So we're landing the same position that we're going to jump from. So we don't want to land with everything straight. That's going to put pressure on the joint. So we want to gather ourselves like a little springboard. So we're gathering, we release, kind of like a rubber band. When you stretch out a rubber band, that's what we're doing. We're stretching the rubber band, releasing, landing. So just imagine we are all rubber bands, or we're all mini bands. 3, 2, 1. All right, last part here, we have our plank rotations from the elbows. You can do the hands too, if that, whatever feels better for y'all today. I think I need the elbows. 3, 2, 1. Elbows and toes opening up towards the ceiling. Keep breathing. Keep those hips up. Whoops. Fell over real quick. My bad. Oh, that's why we gotta focus so I don't fall over. But I don't have good balance anyways. That's probably why it's good for me to do a lot of core work. Keep rotating, gaze past that thumb. 3, 2, 1. All right. We're gonna do one more round. Oh yeah, we got time. So we're gonna do one more round here, and then we'll go ahead and get into our cool down and a mindset reset. So moving lateral lunges. 3, 2, 1. So stepping out, picking that other foot up off the ground, but we're not pushing off of our straight leg. So really using our moving leg to do all of the work. Oh, I can get slides for next time. Now I'm getting ideas here. Great job. Keep that chest up. Almost there. 3, 2, 1. All right. Next up, we have our side steps with our mini band. So getting that band up around the knees. 3, 2, 1. So get those hips back. Baby steps out. Keeping our chest open. So I'll go from this way. So we're pulling the shoulder blades back. Slight bend in the knee. So again, that same position that we've been working with all morning. Hips slightly back. Slight bend in the knees. Great job. Baby steps. We're like ducks in water. Really keep those knees over the ankles, engaging through the glutes. We're pulling with the glutes here. 3, 2, 1. All right. Getting rid of the mini band. We have shuffles, and then we have hops, and then we have plank rolls, and then we're going to do our nice mindset reset today. 3, 2, 1. Stand that butt down, shuffling to one side, to the other side, stay nice and low. Shuffling those feet. Like we're playing defense. Like this is definitely a very basketball workout, which is not on brand for me. I usually have us do a lot of softball things. But that would make sense since that's what I coach and that's what I played. This one's a little bit more fun. Different movements. 3, 2, 1. All right, we have our lateral hops. And then I'm actually gonna close my blinds real quick before the sun starts blinding me. We got lateral hops or bounds, whatever you're doing today. 3, 2, 1. So gather, jump, land, nice and soft. This is gonna help us with landing mechanics just as much as it is with that explosiveness of jumping, but the softer that we can gather ourselves and land, we're gonna protect our joints. And especially like in, the athletic performance side, a lot of sports, you do have to jump and land, just like basketball or football. I guess it's more common in basketball than anything else. But jumping and landing is where we can have a lot of injuries. 3, 2, 1. All right. Last movement of the morning, our plank rolls. So on the elbows and toes. 3, 2, 1. Keeping those elbows directly below the shoulders. I'm doing lots of, rotational work here, which I guess I probably should save this for next week when we do rotations. But maybe I'll throw it in there again. I really just wanted the lateral movement, so I was thinking that this was going to work our sides a little bit more. So we'll get a little bit more through the side and the core and in the back. 3, 2, 1. And that is going to be the whole circuit. Good morning. Nice job, everyone. Go ahead and get a sip of water if you need it. We're going to make our way onto the ground for our whole cool down. So what we're going to do is we're going to do our quadruped rocks with that adductor stretch, also with the reach. So on the hands and knees, one leg out to the side, and then we'll come back and reach through, okay? So once we're ready, my right leg is out to the side, pinky toe staying on the ground, hips are level. We're gonna inhale, rock back. And exhale, reach through, gazing past our hand, and then plant and return. And inhale, rock back. Exhale, reach through. And then plant and return. And last one here, inhale, rock back. Exhale, reach through. And then go ahead and plant and return. And we're gonna do that same thing on the other side. So my left leg straight out to the side. And we're gonna inhale, rock back. Exhale, reach through. And then back to center. And inhale, rock back. Exhale, reach through. What I said, rock through, reach through. And then plant and return. And last one here, inhale, rock back. Exhale, reach through. And then plant and return to center. All right, I think we all know how we're gonna end out this class. So this is really where we're gonna focus on our mindset and our body and our breathing. So let's go ahead On the hands and knees. We're going to take those knees a little bit wider than hip width. We're going to sink our hips back, walk those hands out, forehead, chin, or cheek to the ground. Here we are going to focus on letting our bodies fully relax with each exhale. So I want us to really use our mind to picture, our hips getting closer to the ground with each exhale, or feeling our arms get heavier. And with that, we're going to help our body really relax. So we're going to be able to loosen up our muscles, let our bodies function a little bit better. So we're making our exhales longer than the inhales. Just sigh away all of every tension, all the stress that we feel. And just picture yourself just letting go of everything that's on your mind. So a lot of times what's on our mind or what we're thinking about, that can manifest itself in our bodies. So we're going to let go of every tension that we feel, any tightness, any stress in our bodies. We're just going to let that go with each exhale. And once we've got a hold of letting go of what's in our body, we're just going to think about maybe a couple of things that are on our mind, just stressing us out a little bit. And with each exhale, we're just going to imagine ourselves letting that stress go, like a weight is being lifted off your shoulders with each exhale. Letting go of all the negativity in our minds, in our bodies. And once we feel like we've focused enough on getting rid of the negatives, we're going to start to bring in the positives. So let's think of 3 really good things that have happened this week. And that literally could be anything from the barista made my coffee the way I like it. Like, that is a positive thing, but it also could be something maybe a little bit more in depth or a little bit more serious. So think of those 3 things that are positive that happened to you. Still focusing on the breath as well. Still sighing away that tension, releasing everything we feel. We have our 3 positive thoughts, and now we're going to think of 3 things that we're grateful for. So practicing gratitude can help us just get in the right mindset. It can help us attract positivity from the universe, and we can really put positive energy out there. And whatever we put out is going to come back to us in any form, really. But, the universe definitely gives out what it gets. So we want to make sure we're radiating positivity, positive thoughts out into the universe, and positive things are going to come back to us. And, on the flip side, negative thoughts and energy bring negative to the life. So we want to make sure we're focusing on positive things. Practicing gratitude helps us do that. And we're going to do one more deep breath here in this child's pose. So a nice big deep inhale through the nose. And one nice last big exhale. Sigh away all that tension. And once we've finished that last breath, feel free to stay in child's pose if you'd like, but that is going to be all the time I have for today's class. So thank you so much for joining me. I always love starting off the day with a good workout, especially going into the weekend. So I hope everyone enjoys their weekend. And we do have one more live class. We do have Functional Fitness Friday and Guided Breathing with Luis today at 12. So don't miss out on that last opportunity. But other than that, have a great weekend, y'all. And I'll see you guys in class next week.